Welcome to Paracast in association with Paradox Film Studios. Today, we'll be discussing the future projects of Paradox, recent film news, and our favorite films. Today, we have a special guest, DCNexus from Necto Film Studios. Say hi, DCNexus.
Hello, everyone.
Hi. And with us today, we have Xavier, our other fellow admin of the studio. Say
Hello.
hi. We have Cameron. Say hi.
Hello.
Hi. And then we also have our newest recruit, Brad.
Hey, how's it going?
What's up?
Very happy to be here.
Yes.
Very excited.
So today, what do you think we should start with, boys?
How about we start with our upcoming projects?
Upcoming projects. Okay. Well, since he's the newbie, Brad, you start.
My upcoming project.
Yes. What
Okay.
projects are you working on? Original content or fan films? Does not matter. Speak about whatever you want to speak about.
Well, I'm gonna be working on a Fantastic Four script. I'm not too sure what I'm gonna do with that just yet. I don't know much about Fantastic Four, to be flat out honest. But of course, I'm gonna do my research as with anything. I'm also looking to do an original project. This has only been an idea so far. I'm thinking of doing like kind of a romance, not
Yeah.
to sound cliche, but it's gonna have all these twists. It's gonna have the same tension as something like Supernatural, say, or even like a Marvel movie,
Yeah.
And I'm gonna want to focus it on the the drama of not the relationship, but maybe perhaps like the demons inside you and the anxiety you get from being in a relationship and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Because when we're in a relationship, we're always vulnerable for some reason. It's weird, but
Yeah.
I mean, mostly with teenagers. I'm sure as we become adults, that's not going to be much of a thing. But
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I get that. All right. Who wants to talk about their stuff next?
I've been writing on my new Spider-Man movie today. It has Brendan Thwaites as Peter Parker, Kiernan Shipka as Gwen Stacy, Chosen Jacobs as Miles Morales, Andrew Garfield as Richard Parker. But the one I'm really happy about is Bryan Cranston as Norman Osborn and Bill Skarsgård as Harry Osborn.
And tell us about what you want to do with the Spectacular Spider-Man.
Really, I don't want to touch on the death of Uncle Ben in the beginning of Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
I want to touch on how he's really accepting that he is Spider-Man and not Peter Parker.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's a responsibility that he wants to get rid of until he's realizing that Uncle Ben wouldn't do it, so why should I?
Yeah.
I think I'm going to touch on Uncle Ben in flashbacks more than I would of the death scene.
Mm-hmm.
He's grieving right now, but he's not letting it get to the best of him.
Yeah.
I think that's the most important part.
Yeah, I agree.
it's kind of using it as like a strength or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's using it as
Turning
a
his
motive.
grief into power. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good message. Okay, how about you, Cameron?
Yes. Which one?
Tying up loose
Anything.
ends.
Talk about anything you want.
Well, tying up loose ends is very interesting because it's the last part of a trilogy I'm making. So you have Desperate Measures, which I myself am not a big fan of. That was my first short film, and that wasn't even really a short film. It was a bunch of little shorts. I believe it was 4 of them, and they all crammed them together into one big film, and it came out to be about 28 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
So I made a sequel to that about little under 3 years later. That one had a more cohesive story, and now you got this film, which is going to tie up both of them, have its own unique story. This is a bit of a revenge story.
Mm-hmm.
You got this man, these partners, Danny and Chase, in Headhunters. They get screwed over. Chase ends up dying, so you bring in Chase's brother. He's looking for revenge. That's the whole premise of the movie. And they're also trying to figure out who the fuck is Carlos.
Yeah.
Who the fuck is Carlos?
They're trying to
Who the fuck is
figure-
Carlos, though? Like,
They're trying to figure out who he is. He's been there since Desperate Measures. Was in Headhunters. He's been referenced. You're going to finally find out who he is in this third film.
Mhm.
Now, So the main goal is it's a revenge story. That's what
And
it
I
is.
don't know who the fuck Carlos is.
How far have you gotten into that? Like filming, casting wise?
It's all cast.
Okay, how about
Um,
the filming?
if everything goes well, I think filming could wrap up Friday.
Well, that's good.
The end of the film and the beginning of the film are filmed.
Do you have a release date?
I'm not going to say anything about a release date till I've all of it filmed.
All right.
But I'd say I'm very hopeful if I can finish filming by Friday. I'm very hopeful of a November release date next month.
Mm-hmm. Well, I guess since everybody else has talked and we're saving the good stuff from Necto for later, because we do have a few not sneak peeks, but reveals from Necto, correct?
Sure, yeah.
All right, cool. Well, for me, in our reboot of the Marvel Universe, basically, I'm working on Captain America, and I'm setting up a Captain America trilogy right now, led by Jensen Ackles playing Steve Rogers. I don't have very much of the cast set up, but I do have a bit of it set up. I have Jensen Ackles as Steve Rogers, of course, and I have Jared Padalecki as Bucky Barnes / Winter Soldier. And then Eva Green as an untitled character, who will be revealed later on. Colin Firth as Dr. Abraham Erskine, and if you're a real Captain America fan, then you would know that he's also one of the people that helped create the Super Soldier Serum, and he helped put it into, Steve Rogers. He was played by Stanley Tucci in the first Avenger. And then we have Christoph Waltz as another unnamed character. And we have Keith David as Nick Fury. Captain America Fallen Sun is the name of the film, and it centers around Steve Rogers, who has just been freed from the ice, but he is framed for the murder of Nick Fury, and he's on the run for most of the film, and it kind of deals with Steve's sort of PTSD because of being stuck in the ice for so long and being so thrown from the 1940s, 50s to to the 2000s, right? So it'll deal with that, and it'll deal with that in flashbacks introducing Bucky, and it'll introduce Dr. Abraham Erskine, and introduce a lot of other characters that I cannot talk about for right now. But it's going to be using a lot of flashbacks, and it's going to have a lot of exciting things in it, I think. Personally, in my opinion, I think it sounds good from what I have so far. That is just a bare plot minimum, really. And then something that we have revealed a bit ago, actually, that I have gotten to start to work on a little bit, is our original project called Anomalous. Anomalous is a short film anthology. Yeah. It's a short film anthology where there'll be found footage films filmed by most of the people in this studio. I believe I am the first person for the first episode / short film.
Yeah.
And they're all going to be paranormal mysteries about kind of warning stories about technology in some ways. Some are about technology, some are about different ways. Like, for example, one of them will be about a dating site
Sounds about Facebook.
gone wrong. All right. Where just the bare plot for the first episode is a teenager who's he's looking for love, right? First love. And he's on Tinder.
Simp.
All right, he's on Tinder. He's simping on Tinder, and eventually he meets a girl. They're talking for weeks, right? It's blissful. It's amazing. And then the photos that she's sending on Snapchat become different. They're warped.
How different?
In ways. They're like paranormal, obviously.
They switch from selfies to nudes, holy fuck.
No, not that fun. Anyways, he
More
becomes worried about the girl, obviously, because he likes her, and he would like to start a relationship with her, of course, in some aspect. But then she starts doing weird things, right? She's not texting him as much, and he thinks that he starts seeing things in his house and stuff like that, and he believes he's become haunted. That is basically the first episode or the first short film. I don't know exactly what the runtime will be. I've just started on the script. I'm excited for that actually. I'm excited to film it. I'm excited to write it.
I quite like
There's
that.
one more thing I'd like to talk about.
What are you talking about?
It's
What's your
another Marvel movie for
Yes.
us. It's called S.H.I.E.L.D. It's
Oh.
about S.H.I.E.L.D. agents Natasha Romanoff, Clint Barton, and Samuel Wilson. They're searching for Taskmaster in the South American continent after a terrorist attack on Boston, Massachusetts that resulted in the death of the President of the United States. Nick
Mhm.
Fury, with government organization S.H.I.E.L.D., directs the operation from the shadows.
Well, what do you have in store for us there?
We're gonna introduce the universe mainly. It's gonna set up the Avengers program
It's gonna be
for
a lot
the
of
rest
world
of the
building,
universe.
right?
Yeah, it's gonna be a world building film.
Okay.
It's gonna introduce the characters we didn't really have a need for a movie for.
Mm-hmm.
So Black Widow, Falcon, Hawkeye, they're gonna be S.H.I.E.L.D. agents instead of who they usually would be. They're gonna start off as S.H.I.E.L.D. agents. They're the top 3 that Nick Fury will send on most of his missions that he needs like top tier for.
Yeah.
And I think they could hunt down Captain America, like you said.
Mm-hmm.
They could integrate that. This is going to be the first in the timeline, and it might not be exactly modern day.
Mm-hmm.
It could be a couple years back.
Well, that
Because
sure sounds
next up,
interesting.
we have like Iron Man, Captain America, and Spectacular Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
One week we might have Ethan Smith come on.
Yes.
He could talk about Iron Man, definitely.
Well, that sounds interesting. I'm excited for that. Anybody else have anything they want to talk about?
All right, let's move on to our next topic.
Okay,
All right,
so
let's
what
talk
would you
about
guys-
our favorite films.
favorite films. All right, so who would like to go first?
We're talking about favorite films.
Yes, favorite films,
Absolutely.
inspirations,
Woo!
aspirations, stuff like that. You have
Okay.
the floor.
So my favorite film, I really have a lot of time or struggles picking my favorite film because there are a lot of things about my favorite films that are so different. Like I can give you a top 3 and why I enjoy them. Excuse me. Okay. So Sonic the Hedgehog, Romeo and Juliet, 1996,
With Leonardo DiCaprio?
and Kate Winslet.
Yeah.
Or no,
With
Claire
me.
Danes. Was it Kate or was it Claire? I
have
don't
no
remember.
idea. I haven't seen that movie in years.
Anyway, in my third favorite would probably have to be ATL with Keith David. And or no, not ATL, probably Halloween 2018.
Mhm.
For sure. Like I love the different aspects of how different the movies are. And like tone and what they talk about. For Romeo and Juliet, I like how it's just the same script as the play. Yeah, they did not change a single bit of the play. Like they refer to their guns as swords and daggers.
Mhm.
And I think that's really unique about an adaptation. Because usually when you adapt something to modern day, you change the living hell out of it. But in this case, they just kept it. It's just modern.
Mhm.
I think that's why it's one of my favorite films.
All right. Well, you still mentioned the other two, so I think it'd be nice for you to explain
Yeah.
why you like
Sonic
the
the
other ones.
Hedgehog is probably my favorite because it has to deal with a lot of my childhood. Because I went with Star Wars and Sonic a lot as a kid, but Star Wars not so much. So Sonic, it's like everything you would have thought a Sonic the Hedgehog movie would be. I mean, obviously Eggman wasn't bald and fat for most of the movie, but I mean, it's an origin, and I think it does a really good job of telling it. I mean, Sonic feels like he's 14 years old, and like a kid learning to deal with problems of the real world. That not everyone's gonna like you, and stuff like that. And my third, Halloween 2018. I really enjoy that because it doesn't really trample on the original Halloween movie. It's not a reboot or a remake, like Rob Zombie's.
Mhm.
It's just like brings back Nick Castle in a pretty good way, I think.
Mhm.
Like it was really good to see Nick Castle as Michael Myers again.
Yeah.
And I like the way they handle Laurie's PTSD.
Mhm.
I like the way they integrate it into how she was as a mom and how she continues to be as a grandma.
Mm-hmm.
And I really like the family struggle story.
Mm-hmm.
And that's about it for me. So, Dylan, you want to tell us about some of your favorite films?
Yeah, sure. So they're probably tied. I have two. Um, number one would probably be Whiplash. I don't know if you've ever
Ooh,
seen that.
good choice.
Fantastic.
It's amazing movie, amazingly directed, phenomenal cast. Personal connection to me has I've always had a real connection to music, so and in the jazz scene and how I do participate in that as a musician. Um, yeah, it's everything about the movie is amazing. There's not really much you can say. And
Yeah, I
then,
agree.
and then number two is The Dark Knight. It's again a phenomenal movie.
Yeah, represent, bro.
Chris,
Fuck yeah.
yeah, Christian Bale embodies Batman unlike any other actor who's played him so far, in my opinion. Not Jared Leto is the Joker. Jesus.
Let's just not talk about that.
Yeah. Why can't I remember his name now? Oh my god.
Heath Ledger.
Heath Ledger, yes, as the Joker. Probably the best comic book performance ever on screen, in my opinion. He's phenomenal. May he rest in peace.
Mhm.
I don't know.
Yeah, for sure.
In this, they're both amazing movies, amazingly directed. Christopher Nolan is probably the best director in Hollywood for me.
Mhm.
The entire Dark Knight trilogy is a masterpiece.
Yeah.
Quotable moments, amazing cinematography, amazing action, amazing casting, character beats.
Question, Dylan. Do you have a favorite quote?
My favorite quote would probably actually be from Batman Begins.
Begins?
Not really from The Dark Knight, but it's not who you are underneath, but what you do that defines you.
Oh, that's a good one. My
That's
personal
a
favorite.
really accurate quote.
Yeah. What were you saying?
That's my senior quote actually.
Huh? Really?
It's my favorite quote in any movie ever. It's amazing.
Yeah. One of my favorite quotes from those movies is from The Dark Knight. It's from the Harvey Dent and like Bruce Wayne like fundraiser scene. It's Harvey Dent's quote. You either die a hero or live long enough to see yourself become the villain.
Yes.
I think it's a great quote personally. I think it like wraps up exactly what the Dark Knight's message is, like in a perfect little present with a bow on it and shit. I just love that quote so much, and I've always
one of my
had
favorite
that quote.
quotes
Yeah,
is probably it's not about the money, it's about sending a message.
That's a good quote.
It reflects what our world isn't about, really.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the direct like mirroring opposite of our world.
Yeah.
In real life, and I think that the Joker, being as smart as he is, he knows that. And he wants to defy that with what he's putting out there.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's really important to his character as an anarchist hick.
Since everybody else is saying it, Brad, Cameron, do you guys have a favorite Dark Knight trilogy quote?
I never really watched the Dark Knight movies, actually.
Really?
Oh, really?
Yeah, no. I mean, I've been meaning to. I mean, I've even talked about watching it with you, Logan, that time when I was really getting into Arkham Origins.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Oh, Arkham Origins is amazing.
Oh, yeah.
My favorite Batman movie.
Cameron, what about you?
Arkham Origins is my favorite Saints Row.
I've seen the movies, but I don't know if I have a favorite quote.
I get that. There are a lot of quotable moments.
What did Heath Ledger say to the bank teller?
Whatever doesn't kill you simply whatever doesn't kill you simply makes you stranger.
Probably that.
Yeah,
I'd have to go
that's a great quote too. Oh man, Heath Ledger has so many quotable moments in those movies. Did you guys know? Fun fact.
Yeah, it's a shame we didn't get to see him in Arkham and The Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah.
Yes.
Fun fact, actually, I don't know if you guys knew this, but Christopher Nolan had written 2 other scripts for an
Yeah.
extra 2 movies, and as soon as he found out about Heath Ledger's death, he burned them.
I read
Wait,
that somewhere.
he did what to him?
He burned them.
Fire.
Damn.
Yeah, and he
Burning.
actually,
Gone.
I heard something at some point that he wanted Leonardo DiCaprio as the Riddler.
I did
Yeah,
see
I've heard
about
that too. And Robin Williams did want to get in the role.
Yeah. So I thought that was just a cool little
Robin Williams got fucked over by DC.
facts. Robin Williams gets fucked over by everybody. Did you guys know that he was supposed to play Hagrid in the Harry Potter films?
That would have been great.
I agree. I would have loved that. That would have been sick.
I could see that.
Yeah.
Higgins, how about your favorite movies?
My hair movies? All right. Well, I'm gonna have the
Yeah.
same kind of predicament with as a Dylan. I have just a tie for my favorite movies. It's subjective and objective, basically. Objectively, if I have the definition correct, my favorite film of all time is The Social Network by Aaron Sorkin and David. Oh my God!
Isn't that on
David Fincher?
Netflix?
David Fincher. Yeah, it's on Netflix. It's about Mark Zuckerberg, and it's like the story of Facebook and how it was created, and like the corruption behind it. And man, there's so many things I could say about this damn movie. Oh my God, the acting from Jesse Eisenberg as Mark Zuckerberg and Andrew Garfield as Eduardo is literally one of his best roles ever. There's one scene in particular. There's the one scene when Andrew Garfield figures like his character Eduardo finds out that his pay has been like reduced like a shit ton, like his share of the company, and he goes into the frickin' Facebook headquarters and he bitches the hell out of Mark, and it's amazing. Like literal chills every time I watch that scene. That scene is one of my favorite scenes in cinema history. It's amazing. Andrew Garfield is such a great actor, and he deserved so much better than what The Amazing Spider-Man gave us, no matter how much those are guilty pleasures for me, personally. Oh my God, he's such a good actor. Anyways, I'm gonna stop drooling over Andrew Garfield's acting. And the writing was amazing. I love Aaron Sorkin. He's amazing. I recently watched The Trial of Chicago 7. Also amazing. Literally any movie he writes, almost any movie, is like bang on it. It's amazing. Fun fact, actually, I used to have a Masterclass account, and I watched Aaron Sorkin's Masterclass, and it was amazing because freaking while he was doing that Masterclass, he was actually writing The Trial of Chicago 7. He didn't give any like information about it, obviously, because no spoilers. But he mentioned writing it multiple times, and he taught me a lot of stuff about screenwriting. He said there was one tip that still stays with me, that the first 15 pages of your script is very important, because if you don't hook like publishers or like studios in the first 15 pages, you're screwed. But in the first the last 15 minutes of a movie is the most important. It does not matter how good the first however long the movie is, and then the last 15 minutes, if it's terrible, if it has a terrible ending, that movie's never getting redeemed. It doesn't matter, because you have this great foundation and all of these great performances, and then you just wrap it up terribly. It's not gonna fly, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Like, there's a lot of movies that have great run times, and then the ending just comes just like, what the fuck?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Right? Like, there's so many movies like that, and he taught me that like literally just the first 15 pages of a script are really important, and so are the last 15 minutes of the movie, which is really cool. I really enjoyed the Masterclass personally. Subjectively, this is going to be really, really unpopular, but subjectively, my favorite movie, other than The Social Network, is It Chapter 2. Okay, I saw him unmute as soon as I said that, and I'm like, oh, I'm getting screwed. He left. Anyways, is It Chapter
sorry, I had
2.
some technical difficulties.
Okay.
I heard it and it hung up.
Yeah. My subjective favorite film is It Chapter 2. I had so much fun with that movie. I don't care if it was supposed to be a horror movie and it wasn't scary in the least bit, except there was one scene under the bleachers that was super creepy in my opinion. I think Bill Skarsgård is honestly a great actor. And like he shows that off, right? He shows that in The Devil All the Time.
Yeah, for sure.
He's amazing. He's an amazing.
Yeah, he was great in that movie.
See,
personally, I'm not a big like Pennywise fan, but I did like him in Devil All the Time.
Yeah, he was great.
He didn't stand out to me the most, but he did like really good when he was there at least.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Like I like the accent and stuff he used.
Oh yeah, no,
But
he was
Robert
amazing.
Pattinson's like took me by surprise, and Tom
Yeah,
Holland, like he's redeemed himself as an actor for me
yeah, I
from that
agree.
movie.
Like
I've
Devil All the
never
Time,
really
all around
seen
had great
anything of him
performances.
besides Spider-Man,
And
and I gotta
Spies in
say,
Disguise, which is basically just Peter Parker animated.
yeah.
um,
Wait, wasn't that the one with him and Will Smith?
yeah, where he turned Will Smith into a pigeon.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that yet.
I saw it. It was all right. You know, it was a good family movie, right? But like
Yeah.
the reason I love It Chapter 2 so much is because the acting. The acting is just so good. I don't care how much you shit on the fact that it's not scary, or the fact that it has a really long runtime and it doesn't really do that well, because the second act is really like flimsy, and it's like it kind of like loses you at times. It doesn't lose me because I just fucking love the movie. It entertains me so much. But I've heard a lot of complaints about that. I don't care about how much you shit on the writing or the fucking music or whatever you want to shit on. You cannot shit on the acting. You can't. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it
You
does have good
literally
acting.
cannot shit on the acting, except for Jay Ryan as Ben. He was kind of iffy. You could tell he lost his accent at times because he's Aussie. But he was like kind of the only one that was a bit iffy for me. But Jessica Chastain, James McAvoy, Bill Skarsgård, and my personal favorite, Bill Hader, did so good as Richie
Bill
Tozier.
Hader,
He was
Pennywise.
perfect as Richie Tozier. And just fun fact, the fact that that Finn Wolfhard actually asked for Bill Hader during Chapter 1, and they actually got Bill Hader, I find so cool. And
Yeah.
just the cast, like the child cast and the adult cast, have such a great like off-screen relationship. It's so cool to see that they get along so well, right? And you can
Kind of
tell
reminds
they're
me of Gotham.
yeah,
Like
and
how Cameron Bickendova asked for Lily Simmons.
yeah, and like you can tell that they're passionate about these characters, right? They all read the
For
book
sure.
before like reading it, before like actually acting in it. So they did their research, right? And I'ma say it, Bill Hader was fucking snubbed. He was snubbed. He deserved at least a nomination in some degree. And I know that horror movies are always overlooked at the Oscars or the Academy Awards. I don't care.
They should have their own category,
I agree.
like best horror actor.
But he was
I
so
think a lot of
snubbed.
different genres should have their own category, like best action actor,
Yeah, or like superhero
stuff
films
like
definitely
that.
deserve a fucking Oscar like
Yeah.
area. Like, man, I don't know. It's just like, Bill Hader, like the final scene where he's crying about Eddie. I'm gonna just say I literally cry every time I watch that scene, cause like seeing Bill Hader cry, it's like it's something, Like it's Bill
Honestly,
Hader,
we could have a
right?
whole podcast about you talking about it.
Yeah, same thing with Supernatural. We're not gonna get into that, but anyways,
We're not.
we're not getting into that. Not in this episode, at least. I was actually at the theater with Brad when I was watching It Chapter 2, if he can remember that, probably.
Yeah, I mean, you weren't really with me. We just bumped
We
into
weren't
each other.
with each other, but yeah, we bumped into each other, and we were in the same theater when we watched it. And when I got to school the next day, Brad came up to me and he was like, that movie would not have been even close to as good if Bill Hader wasn't in it. And I was like, I fully agree. I feel like Bill Hader carried that movie in every step of the way that he was in it. And I loved, even though it's not the best, I love the CGI. Honestly, I think it perfectly fits.
I think it was a pretty scary movie.
I didn't find it very scary, personally.
I thought it was
Personally, I don't
quite
really
fucking
get
terrifying.
scared about it. Like, I know a lot of people are scared of clowns, but they just make me laugh.
It's not a clown. Like, I'm not scared of clowns at all. I couldn't give two fucks about Pennywise. It's all the other shit that happened. Like when he became that big naked old lady. And
that was my least favorite scene.
The old lady was
honest.
kind of creepy.
That was
agree.
my least favorite scene.
Especially when you're in the movie theater there, and you got like the surround sound and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think scary movies are at their peak in movie theaters and
Yeah,
not
I
in the
agree,
home
I agree.
environment
I
where
just-
you can't
I-
control light.
Yeah.
I wish there was more like scary movies like that, because like most scary movies,
For sure.
the reason they're scary is because they're either really bloody or they're like, holy fuck, this chair moved over there.
Yeah. Yeah.
They never have
Yeah.
big reveals like a big naked old lady who's really creepily CGI'd.
Speaking of scary movies, I've been working on an adaptation of the game Outlast.
Yeah.
It's going to be purely like psychological horror. I got inspired by the Blair Witch Project movie because they threw the actors in there without telling them what's going to happen. So it was like pure fear. I want to throw somebody into a booby-trapped insane asylum with all the actors and stuff and recreate Outlast 1. I think
that
that'd
what they
be
did
really
with-
interesting.
Did they do that with They're Rich? They just threw the actors in these situations?
Yeah, like
Yeah, in
they
Blair Witch.
gave them some like instruction, but there was like little to no director-actor communication.
Like, even if you're not
Like-
scared of this thing, still scream at it if it's obviously scary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the a lot of the scary parts, like crawling through the small rock space, that was unscripted
hmm
for a little bit. And like the reactions were pure.
Yeah, Blair Witch,
what
although
are your
it wasn't the best movie in my opinion,
Yeah.
that movie creeped the fuck out of me, okay? Don't even laugh
Yeah,
at me. That
I really
movie was
like
creepy
it.
as hell, okay?
Oh yeah,
Like,
the game is really good
bro.
too.
I
been
played a bit of
playing
the
it
game.
on
I
the
kind of got
side.
bored of the game, honestly.
Oh, yeah, there's a game of...
My
Yeah.
main problem with the game is that I got stuck on the loop part. I don't know how to get out of the loop.
Like, that's why I got
Message
bored.
me
I
on
was like,
Instagram
bro,
if you know how to get out.
hell. But,
At Cult Fanatic.
yeah. But,
Brad, what are some of your favorite movies?
It's hard because, like, I've never really had, like, a favorite movie. I've always... It was just, like, any movie that caught my attention, like... I like...
Yeah, I get that.
I'm a huge dweeb for romance movies. I'm a huge romance guy. I have a whole bookshelf behind me, and there's most of them are romance books. Like I have every 50 Shades book, pretty much.
Oh God, Brad.
Oh my.
Well, you gotta get.
Oh, my.
Respect. Okay. Let's go.
I
Come
see
on.
you, Brad.
Fucking Yeah, no, I'm into like romance movies. I'm also into. I'm not really into comedy movies, but Seth Rogen movies I fucking love.
Yes, Seth Rogen.
Yeah, Seth Rogen's
My
good.
boy. I love Seth
As
Rogen.
a-
I
so
love the
much.
interview.
Yeah, no. As a writer, if we're talking about influencing and all that, as a writer, I write music, and I started in stand up comedy actually. I used to do stand up back when I was younger, like variety shows, and I moved on to music. And I mean that's why I'm here. I started writing all that things. Okay, well, might as well do scripts as well.
Yeah. Speaking of Seth Rogen, actually, what's your favorite Seth Rogen film, everybody?
Interview.
Probably The Interview.
Wow.
The interview. Yeah.
Really?
That movie made me laugh
Not The
my
Lion
ass
King
off.
2019.
Okay. Cam, what about
I
you?
didn't know Seth Rogen was in The Boys.
No, he executively produces it, and he had a cameo in season 2.
Oh, okay.
My favorite
Me?
Seth Rogen movie is The Disaster Artist.
That's a good one.
Oh, that's a good one.
That's a really good one. What about you,
I
Cam?
need to rewatch that.
I mean, that was a
Also,
joke.
Logan, I'm gonna watch Social Network sometime.
Fuck yeah, do it. Cam, what's your favorite Seth Rogen movie?
You guys might hate me for this, but I'm not a big Seth Rogen fan.
Hey,
That's fine.
opinions are all accepted, bro. Don't worry.
Except
Um,
Larry's.
Except, yeah,
I
that's
have
an
to-
inside joke.
I'm gonna be generic. I'm gonna just say the Pineapple Express. It's between that and This Is the End. I'd probably
Oh, I
choose
was
Pineapple Express.
Yeah, my favorite Seth Rogen movie is This Is the End. I fucking love that movie. That movie is literally one of the funniest movies I've ever watched in my life. I love the dynamic where all of the actors were playing themselves, but like reverse. Like Jonah Hill was purposefully a dickhead. Like, oh my god, it was so funny. Like when Jonah Hill got raped by the devil. That shit fucking had me dying. I was
Canceled.
laughing so fucking hard, man. Trigger warning. Trigger warning.
It's a little bit too late for that, don't you think?
Yeah, probably. But oh my god, This Is the End was so funny. I also watched Good Boys. That was good, even though it was basically just younger versions of Superbad. That was a good movie.
Good
That was
Boys is the
funny.
movie with the. Wait, never mind. I might be thinking of a different movie.
Yeah, I have Good Boys on Blu-ray
Superbad's
actually.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I loved Good Boys. Probably my least favorite is this is probably gonna be unpopular because I know a lot of people like this movie. Sausage Party.
Oh, you mean the Good Boys from
I didn't like
2019?
Sausage Party.
Yeah, I hate. Sausage
I
Party.
didn't really fully
I
watch
never
it. It
watched
kind of
it.
annoyed me.
I never watched it, but I only like it.
Oh yeah,
for one
yeah. Good
obvious
Boys was
reason.
good. I watched that with my dad.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't really like animated movies unless they're Disney.
What?
Fair.
I don't
Okay,
really.
wait
I
a
don't-
second.
I don't
Opinions
like
are
There's
any-
a bench
accepted.
to that.
I don't like any superhero animated movies. I just Disney princess movies, bro. Those are the only ones I can really get
Okay, wait,
behind.
he's joking. He's joking. Never mind. Okay.
I
He's
think
joking.
No,
for
I'm not,
sure.
I'm not being dead ass. I'm being
Shut
dead
up!
ass.
Shut up! No way.
I
No
do not
way.
like animated movies. I prefer live action.
Well, yeah,
I
so do
can't-
I. But like Batman Under the Red Hood.
Nope. I don't like animated superhero movies. Nope.
I mean,
Black-
but they showed
Let's go ahead and
Robin's bare
switch
feet.
to Cameron's favorite movies before Logan kills
yeah.
himself.
Do it. Go for it.
Well, you got a list of how many? Which ones?
No, go ahead and talk about Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Get it
Greatest
over
movie
with.
of all time. No debate. There's no argument.
Is that it?
What do you want to know about it?
Well, what do you like about it?
What
Well,
draws you to the movie that makes you think it's the greatest of all time?
Well,
You know,
the era
besides
it's
Leonardo
set in.
DiCaprio, God tier.
Leonardo DiCaprio wasn't my favorite actor until I saw this movie.
Oh, really?
He became my favorite actor by watching this movie. Even though Matthew McConaughey is a close second, but it's Leo right now. I think to like this movie, you gotta understand and enjoy the era in which it came from. That 60s era of Hollywood during that big shift.
Yeah.
That's one movie I want to check out.
I
actually.
think you really need to understand
here.
and appreciate that if you want to like it. If you don't like that part and you just like these new movies, you're not going to like this movie. There's no way you're going to like it. You'll like the last 15 minutes, but you're not going to like the rest of it.
It's for
And
sure
the
something I want to give a try.
And the last 15 minutes are actually my least favorite part of the film, but
What? That was the best part. Okay, never keep going.
I think the dynamic of the three main characters was very interesting. I think it encapsulated a lot of different people. Leonardo DiCaprio's character, you could understand and you could sympathize with his struggles. You know, you were good at something once, you know, you start falling off, you don't think you're that good anymore, but you can start picking it back up, you know. I think people people can really sympathize with that and really relate to that. Margot Robbie, her character is Sharon Tate, the tragedy. Everybody knows what happened with Charles Manson. I think she's really the soul of the movie and the anchor. I think everybody has someone who's related to her type of character, that lovable joy that you just love being around because it just brings a presence like no other.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And then there's Cliff Booth, literally, basically a real life superhero, stuntman. He can do it all. It's what people love watching, and it's what they like seeing. You know, the badass. He could do anything. Doesn't take no for an answer. He's the least I have to say about. He's the least out of the three that I have stuff to say about. But it really comes down to Leonardo DiCaprio. I think he stole the show for me with his acting and his emotions. I enjoyed it. I'm ashamed to admit I only saw it 3 times in theaters. I wanted to see it 5 times. I
think
4
we
posters.
all have that movie we want to watch like over and over.
Yeah,
That's kind of what I did with Joker.
I have
saw the
6
first
posters.
Avengers 6
No.
times in theaters.
I have 7 posters and I only have 6 up on my wall. I got 1 Infinity War poster, a Jackie Brown poster, and then 4 Once Upon a Time in Hollywood posters. And all 4 of them are different.
I only really have the Endgame poster from the theaters. Do you guys remember that?
Mm-hmm.
And I still forgot to take down my Suicide Squad 2016 poster. It just sits there.
Bro, burn
It just sits
Burn it.
there. I forget it exists.
Burn it
Oh,
and
I
post it.
gladly will mail it to you so you can burn it.
Yes, I'll film it and post it on Paradox.
But
All right. Well, what was I gonna say? Personally,
What do we
from
wanna
Once Upon a
know
Time in
more about?
Hollywood, I think the only like gripe I had with that movie is that like it didn't have a plot. You know, like there was no.
It didn't
plot.
have a plot?
It didn't.
What?
It didn't. Everything just
What?
happened to happen. That was literally the point of the movie.
No,
I know. That was literally the point of the movie, but it did
Bro.
not have a fucking plot.
The plot of the movie was their journeys. That was the plot. It was their journeys.
Yes,
That-
life.
that was the
Random
plot.
things happening at one point, but there was no like actual like there was no inciting incident except for the fact that fucking Leonardo DiCaprio's character, I can't remember his name.
And
on
you
the top of my
can-
head.
That's
and you
used
could-
in like every movie, pretty much.
No. Well,
I
there's,
guess there's an argument you can say it's the plot is the build up to Charles Manson's crew coming up, but I don't think that's the case. For me, the plot for me is their journey, and I love it, and I think it's brilliant for that. That their journey is the plot. I think it's fantastic.
Well,
I only have
Yeah,
one.
I agree with that.
I only
Like,
have one negative for the movie. It wasn't long enough. There's a 4.5 hour cut out there somewhere, and I want to see it.
anyways, as I said, opinions are opinions, and opinions are like assholes. Everybody has one. I just personally, it's not personally my favorite Quentin Tarantino movie. The Hateful Eight is my favorite, personally.
That was a fantastic movie. That was my first Tarantino movie I've
That
seen in
and
theaters.
Django Unchained.
Django Unchained, fabulous.
My Captain Marvel.
Imagine Quentin Tarantino directed Captain Marvel.
He was
They
supposed
wouldn't
to
let him.
direct
They wouldn't let him
happen, but
direct
Cage,
a Marvel
wasn't he?
movie.
It'd be cool, I think. Anyways,
Martin Scorsese doing a Marvel film is something I want to see.
I don't want him.
How
in
would
Marvel. I
he
want him in
make a
DC.
Marvel?
He
I want him in
wouldn't do
DC.
it.
I'd prefer him
He
in
seems
DC.
like he'd
Fits more.
direct.
I just want to
Hulk or
see how he
something.
would make a film, like a
He wouldn't-
superhero movie.
He wouldn't do Marvel or DC. He doesn't like superheroes.
Yeah, I know that.
Isn't
Yeah.
there a,
He'd
isn't
do
there
If
like
he
like-
did it, it'd be something interesting though.
It would be interesting. I mean, like, watch Robert De Niro play Carmine Falcone. Like, that's a personal want for me one day. Like, if I were to make a Batman movie, I would cast Robert De Niro as Carmine Falcone.
Yeah, what were you gonna say, Brad? You were saying something.
Aren't there like two Captain Marvels? Like there's a Marvel one, which is a chick, and then there's the DC one.
Yeah, the DC one is Shazam mainly now.
Yeah, Shazam.
But
Yeah, there are two Captain Marvels in Marvel. One
Yeah,
is
Marvel and
Mar-Vel. Yeah.
very, very confusing. All right, so since now we're off the topic of our favorite films,
The next topic was for what DCNexus came here for.
yeah. So, would
All right,
you
so
like
what do you
to
got for us,
tell us
Dylan?
about anything?
Yeah, so as some of you may or may not know, I'm not sure. My company is currently developing a fully animated Batman movie called Batman Most Wanted. You can check that out on our Instagram, Necto Film Studios, or just Google it.
I'll leave a link in the description.
Hey, thank you.
No problem.
But yeah, the plot is Batman's framed for the murder of Jim Gordon, and it's basically he has to figure out who the real killer is. You got
It's like
Joker
a
in
whodunit.
there, yeah, Joker's in there, Riddler's in there, Black Mask. The major Batman villains all play a decent role. Nightwing's in there, Jason Todd is in there, Barbara Gordon. It's what a Batman movie should be.
Mhm.
That isn't an origin movie.
They also
but-
have an IMDb page that I will also link that if you would like more info about that.
Yeah.
So do you have anything new for us?
I'll reveal one thing. So we have two other DC projects in the works.
Oh,
One I will keep a secret for now, is it's a really big project, but the second one is a sequel to Most Wanted. It will be called Batman Damnation.
mhm.
No release date for that yet, but I guess I can brief synopsis. It's after the events of Most Wanted, Joker goes on, I guess, a killing spree of all the major Batman villains. So Two-Face, Killer Croc, Bane,
That's interesting.
for what happens in Most Wanted that I won't spoil. But he goes on revenge, and Batman has to still deal with the police chasing him down while he's trying to stop the Joker and stop him from killing everybody, pretty much. So yeah.
Well, that sounds good. I'm actually really excited for that. Do you have an? Sorry,
Yeah,
I don't know if this has already been confirmed. But do you have a release date for Most Wanted?
No, not yet. The trailer will be out before the end of the year, so within these
that's
next 2 months.
All right, that's gonna be sick.
It'll be like a minute and a half, 2 minutes, normal trailer, and then the full movie. We don't have a release date yet, but
Do you have a
coming
runtime?
soon. Over an hour.
Okay.
All right.
It'll be over an hour at least.
Hmm.
So yeah.
Let's
hope you
move
guys
on to
enjoy.
talking about Brad joining Paradox.
Yeah. How?
All right, Brad,
how
are
feeling
you
about it?
still with us?
Nah, yeah, I'm here.
All right. So, what made you want to get into film? Is my question.
Well, as I stated before, I've always been a writer, right? And Logan's kind of talked about needing new people for screenwriting, and I've kind of piqued
Yeah,
my interest
absolutely.
in it a bit. So you made that post on a story last night. And I was like, oh, I mean, I'd love to write if you need anyone, because I love writing. I'm a huge writer. I've like, as I said, I'm into music. I'm working on a concept album right now, a rock album, and
Yeah, same here.
yeah, are you?
Yeah. I started a band with some of my
Harlequin
IRL
Sex
friends
Poets.
called the Heart. Yeah,
Really?
yeah. It's a 2000s rock band.
Shit, yeah. No, I'm trying to find band
Yeah,
members.
Ellie said she would be my drummer. Actually,
I got like about 7 songs for it, and I mean, I can't find anyone who's into starting a band. So, but
hell, you could rope up with us if you want.
yeah, where you guys live?
We live around the. I'll talk to you after this. I'm not doxing
Yeah.
myself on a
I'm about
podcast.
to leak
Shit.
my location.
I almost doxed myself on a damn
Saudi
podcast.
Arabia.
Sky Jackson himself. Fuck Sky Jackson. All my homies hate Sky Jackson. Anyways,
I write music. I write albums. I thought it wouldn't be bad to get into screenwriting as well. And in regards to writing, on my writing side, I'm heavily influenced by songwriters like Jim Steinman, who actually writes Meatloaf. He also wrote, you probably know the song "Total Eclipse of the Heart." He also writes musicals, and that's also what got me into musicals, and that's just another thing to add on my writing love.
he actually Jim Steinman almost wrote a Batman musical.
Oh, yeah,
really?
that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
The
canceled
only
it.
Batman musical I know makes me hate my life.
Yeah, no.
It's that one of them running around on stage in underwear. And
Yeah,
it like
there's-
doesn't even feel like Batman.
There's actually the music is actually on YouTube.
Yeah,
Oh, really?
Yeah.
there's actually one of the songs that was meant for musical. It's called "In the Land of the Pigs, the Butcher is King." That Meatloaf actually recorded that in one of his newer albums. But on the Underwear thing, Jim Steinman actually had a musical called "The Dream Engine," and he would actually have people go there naked on stage. And,
That's
I mean,
interesting.
there was police involved. That was way back in the '60s when you can do anything. But also influenced by other songwriters like Desmond Child and Dio, authors like Richard Matheson, Christine Feehan. Yeah, my album in the works. It's called Forbidden Freedom. It's
Interesting.
like I said, it's a Do you know what a concept album is?
To an extent, but keep going.
It's an album. It's pretty much just an album, but there's like a story to it. It's not just a
Yeah.
collection of songs. It's
So like
songs that
the
kinda connect to
Killers'
each other.
first album,
yeah.
Hot Fuss. It was about well, there's a lot of speculation, but it had a murder trilogy in it. We'll leave the bourbon on the shelf was cut, but it was about the murder of a girl named Jenny.
Yeah.
That kind of reminds me of a Roller Coaster Love. That song, Roller Coaster of Love. There's a part where you hear a scream in the back, and there's a rumor that was a lady getting murdered in an alleyway next to the recording studio.
That's
That's
interesting.
that's unrealistic. My concept album. It's a story of a man going through a breakup, pretty much.
Yeah,
But he's looking back at like all the times and all the visions. So you got a good collection of decent songs. A song about getting cheated on, maybe a song about abusive shit and all that. And I even have a second album set up. My first album, which is Forbidden Freedom, it's if you ever listen to like Meatloaf or Avantasia, anything more Jim Steinman, anything written by Jim Steinman actually, it's gonna sound a bit more like that, maybe with a more heavier touch. And my second album, it's gonna be a bit more heavier than Forbidden Freedom. Might sound a bit more like Judas Priest or Dio. And of course, I have my own style. I'm not just copying people, influences and that. The second album, I have one song written for it actually, even though I haven't finished writing Forbidden Freedom. But it's the second album is gonna be the same story. The guy kind of finds new love, but due to the past, his demons kind of haunt him, and he just, I guess, fucks up the relationship.
Yeah.
It's yeah, like I mean, we should write sometime together, like write a song together or something. Collab.
Yeah.
Yeah, you had to think about that, did you?
Huh? Oh, sorry. I got distracted. I was looking at the movie news I had lined up to talk about for our next topic.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'd love to collab.
It's
I
all
have
good.
movie
Yeah,
news
exactly.
lined up too.
No, I've
Yeah.
got I write songs all the time, man. I have one song called "I Must Be Insane to Really Need You." Actually, I must be insane to really need you. That's a song about being obsessed over a really shitty girl.
All right, let's
So,
talk about movie news.
Are we good,
Let's
Brad?
move off the topic of hoes.
Wants to talk about Spider-Man 3.
Oh, for
yeah,
sure.
true, definitely, yeah.
I saw this pretty good leak. It's talking about Andrew Garfield, Tobey Maguire, and Benedict Cumberbatch. They were supposed to be going on the plane today to New York.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
With
man.
Zendaya too.
Wait, where'd you get this leak?
I got it from a friend. He used to work with Sony a lot back in the day.
Source be like, bro, trust me.
Bro, trust me.
Bro, trust me.
Source be like DCU-verse,
Okay.
the cultured nerd.
Yeah.
I
Did
hate
y'all
that.
hear about the Assassin's Creed live action series confirmed for Netflix?
Oh yeah, I'm pretty
Yes.
interested in that. I heard
Yeah.
it's supposed to tie into Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
Oh,
Bring
never
back
mind. I'm not excited
Fassbender.
anymore. Bro, I just want a live action Ezio. That's it. That's all I want.
I want a live-action Altair. I want to see the 13th century.
I just want Ezio back, bro. I miss my boy.
I want to see
Did
him
you guys hear
jump
about the
into
new
a
Power
ballet.
Rangers?
Oh, written by the Titans writers? Yeah.
Yes.
Blue
No,
filter R-rated
absolutely.
Power Rangers.
Get ready for the blue filter, guys.
Bro, I just wanted a fucking sequel to the one with the Cray Montgomery. Man, like, the
That was
acting
fire.
wasn't the best in that movie, but damn it, they set it up so well for the sequel. Oh, and it was an enjoyable movie, man. Like, you
The
had
suits
fun with
were
it.
nice.
Facts.
Yeah,
They
the
were
suits
such a
were
good
really
upgrade.
nice.
Is Ezio not in the movie?
Oh no, he's not. It's about the it's kind of about the Egyptian stuff. Not exactly, but like I have the Hidden Blade collectible from it right here.
Antipod.
Yeah, like Ezio wasn't in it. It was
Here,
kind of
calm
original.
Mm-hmm. Did y'all hear about, well, no, how do you guys feel about the Uncharted movie?
They could have found
I'm
someone better.
It's getting
interested.
better.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm not a big Uncharted fan, really, like, but I think it's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I think
Oh.
Lara Croft and Nathan Drake would fit a lot better in the movie environment, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree.
What are they
Because I
doing
feel like
with,
you could fit in.
With Uncharted?
with Tom Holland? What's going on? Are they just having are they doing it like Uncharted 3 where they started with kid Nathan Drake, or is it
I think they're going to have him grow up into Nathan Drake.
so it's just
Please.
gonna be Tom Holland through the
Basically
whole?
going to be Spider-Man, yeah. Like how they're
Well-
dealing with Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Because
I mean,
he's
I
growing
don't-
up as Spider-Man with Spider-Man and stuff.
Tom
I don't
Holland
think
just
he's
needs to
gonna
get his
be-
fucking bones and his legs grown out
Yeah.
surgically.
I don't think he's gonna be like Spider-Man, but
No,
then again,
I hope not. I fucking hope not. I swear to God, if he has the fucking high-pitched voice and the fucking big eyes and, oh, Sully, I don't know what to do, Sully. Like,
I
fuck
heard
off.
they're going to give him an Australian accent. I'm just saying.
Interesting.
What? Nah.
I saw that somewhere.
Bro, I swear to God.
Yeah,
See,
Tom
Uncharted-
Holland's
What? You can go.
Tom
I
Holland's
almost fucking killed myself.
What, Brad?
I was
Actually-
looking down the hull of the arm of my hidden blade, and I forgot it was on the blade side.
What'd you say, Brad?
I find his non-accent voice like if when he played Spider-Man, except more masculine.
Yeah.
I find his voice fits
His devil
Drake,
all the time accent
really
was
good.
awesome.
but his looks don't.
Yeah, I don't think he fits Nathan Drake
Yeah.
personally. If
I
they were
think he
making
can
an
grow
Uncharted
into
movie,
Nathan Drake.
I think Nathan Fillion is the perfect Nathan Drake, personally.
It's like having a fat
Yes.
black man play Mario in a live-action movie.
Yeah, no, personally, I'm not excited
I
for
kind
Mark
of want
Wahlberg
to talk about
as
the
Sully.
Suicide Squad.
What?
I want to talk about the Suicide Squad.
Oh yeah, how do you
James
feel about
Gunn
Suicide
said
Yes.
absolutely no character is safe, not even Harley Quinn. James Gunn is too much of a fucking simp for Margot to kill her, but I appreciate that. I like the idea of it. James Gunn would kill any character. Do we have any
Yeah.
death predictions at all? I think
Um,
Ratcatcher, the second one, not Tycho. What? I don't remember how to say his name.
What
That man-
TV?
Watiti, yeah. I think he's gonna die since he's cast as Ratcatcher. Then they have a second Ratcatcher. I think that's interesting. But I think Polka Dot Man's gonna fucking die.
I hope so.
The
The actor who
should have
plays
been
him
in
annoys
Suicide
me.
Squad. I
But
think he's a
that's just
decent actor. He's in DC all the time. Like he was in Dark
just as a
Knight.
person, he annoys me.
Say what?
I said just as a person, he annoys me.
Yeah, I get that.
Are you talking about the movie or the new game, or is there a new movie?
The new
going on?
movie. Yeah,
The
there's a
movie.
new movie.
Like, okay.
James Gunn, the writer of Guardians of Galaxy's making it.
Oh, okay.
Michael Rooker wants a Savant TV show on HBO Max.
I'd watch that.
I don't know why he wants. Oh wait, never mind. I thought we were. I'm stupid. I started thinking of his character from Guardians of the Galaxy. I'm like, wait, why would Disney make a HBO Max show?
He wants a Disney Plus show off that too. Off Yondu.
That would be pretty good.
You guys want to know something fucking daring?
Go for it.
I knew the song "Come and Get Your Love" by Redbone before Guardians of the Galaxy came out.
That's awesome.
I also knew what
That's a
Queen
really
was
good
before
song.
Bohemian Rhapsody came out. I also knew what Motley Crue was before the Dude came.
How old are you, Brad?
I also knew who Prince was before he died. I'm 17.
Damn. I knew who David Bowie was before he died, but I didn't really listen to David Bowie at that time.
Oh, David Bowie, that's the guy who died, huh?
I was
Yep,
best friends
yep.
with Mozart, so I don't know what y'all talking about.
Man, I used to clap Prince's cheeks. back in the day.
Okay. Okay.
Any movie news you want to talk about, Dylan?
Any movies?
Yeah, like movie news.
I have no idea. Everything's just kind of getting pushed back, and it's annoying me.
For sure.
Just put Black
the
Widow
Bat-
on Disney Plus.
Exactly. Nobody's gonna buy that movie really anyway. I think it's gonna flop if they do put it in theaters.
Didn't they come out with information for the Saints Row movie recently?
Oh yes, they did. Well, there's nothing solid, but the guy who's writing it, Greg Russo, he is going to be Oh shit! Sorry, I accidentally pressed the hidden blade again. Scared the crap out of me.
Stabbed myself. Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
Gunshot.
But anyway,
Oh,
it's gonna be based off Saints Row 1.
Okay.
Yeah, so like it even has the Saints Row 1's like the weird bubbly fleur-de-lis. That's the Saints logo for the movie, and it has the font and everything.
Okay.
He's on the
never
second
played
draft
Saints Row.
right now. Saints Row's really good.
Aren't they saying they're gonna have The Rock cast as the boss, or is that just like a
That's total bullshit.
Can we stop casting The Rock and everything? He's not a very good actor. I'm sorry.
He's not. Specifically stop casting him in action movie. That's the main thing. I don't care where he acts as long as he's not taking up good action roles.
Also, why is he the lead in every movie now? Like, I like him
Why
better
is
as a
every
side
movie
character.
he's in PG-13? Why he won't do rated R movies?
Yeah, The Rock
it
is
has to be-
legit. He's legitimately the boss now from Saints Row. He's pretty much in everything now. He's a celebrity. He's the most famous thing,
He's disgustingly ripped now. Like, he was ripped before, but now it's gross. Like,
it's going like Arnold Schwarzenegger. Have you seen how small Arnold Schwarzenegger's waist used to be? Oh fuck, we're gonna have to get Logan to cut this out because we're body shaming at this point. Remind me to remind
Is The
them
Rock
to do
really
that.
going to listen to this? No.
No.
The Rock's like, a new Paracast podcast.
Rock says we're feasting tonight.
Hey,
like,
any
hey,
clowns in
Obama,
the
come
club?
check this out. He's
When The
celebrity
Rock
buddies.
listens to my podcast, that's the day I don't know. That's the day I'll like Zack Snyder movies.
Facts. Fuck Zack Snyder.
What do we think about Justice League? Jared Leto coming back, Margot Robbie.
Cancel it.
I'm interested. I want to see what they're gonna do with Leto. I think they might just redesign him.
This Injustice movie. That's like that shitty one they had. This is supposed to be like what they were originally gonna do, man.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I
I
remember
think
the
they're
show.
doing too much.
They don't
Yeah.
got no CGI mustache or whatever.
Snyder Cut's just gonna be overpacked, like a Comic-Con, pretty
I think it's
much.
gonna be trash.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. They changed a lot of Justice League, but you see a lot of similar scenes between
Yeah.
Zack Snyder's Justice League and Joss Whedon's. Like, is it really all that different except some new Batman stuff?
Yeah. Except apparently Batman gets murdered or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, Batman absolutely gets murked. Apparently, in the storyboard, he almost gets killed by either Steppenwolf or Darkseid, and Superman just crashes through a wall, black suit and full beard. Just takes Darkseid or Steppenwolf through the other side of a wall. And they're just flying through the air.
I don't even know what's going on.
Me either.
I thought
did
the
not
DC
really
Phantom
like it.
trailer was okay, but
It was okay. Yeah.
it wasn't a trailer. It was just footage. Like, it had no structure.
It did not have any structure at all.
I couldn't tell you what the plot of the movie was.
It reminded me, well, it felt like Slipknot's Purpose and Suicide Squad. And we all know how that went. He just
Yeah.
died in like the first 5 minutes he was there.
My favorite DC character is Corey Taylor.
What's your favorite DC character?
Corey Taylor.
Nice.
Oh my god. Zack Snyder ruined The Flash, and I will never forgive him for that.
Absolutely. I'm not a big CW Flash fan, but honestly, I think that Ezra Miller and Grant Gustin could do good crossovers.
I love Grant Gustin as the Flash. Like, as the character of the Flash, I think he does an amazing job.
But what
So, I
about
don't know what-
Barry Allen?
I think he's good Barry Allen in season 1, 2, and 3.
I think the big problem for CW's Flash is the costume for me.
I like
I've
the
never
new
been happy
costume.
with the costume. I just
He
want
needs gold
yellow
boots.
boots.
Yeah,
I just want the
please.
yellow boots and the long yellow gloves.
Like, I don't understand how hard it is.
Yeah, I mean, I get the point that you want to evolve it. And what the hell is Ezra Miller's new costume in Flashpoint?
My
It was
thing
made
is,
out of like pure energy.
I don't know. My thing is, they're just changing his lightning color from blue to yellow. Like, that's not how his powers work. He doesn't just flip a switch and say rainbow time. Like, nah, dog, you're
It should have
clowning.
been yellow to begin with, honestly.
It's always been yellow.
And then it was blue. Now it's
Wally
yellow.
West has blue lightning. This is not Wally West. They're
Doesn't he
capping.
have red lightning sometimes? Wally?
Wow. They give
Or is
him
that Reverse
random
Flash?
light. They just spin a wheel, pick a color, and that's what color their lightning is in whatever issue they're writing.
Pretty
There you go.
much. That sounds about accurate.
I'm very defensive about the Flash.
Yeah, for sure. I am. This is off of our topics list, but I think Rambo and Mortal Kombat's looking pretty solid.
Rambo in Mortal Kombat, like 11.
Yeah.
I never bought it, but his gameplay looks fun.
Yeah, it's really like refreshing from what we've been used to. Like we've gotten a
Yeah.
lot of grapplers and zoners. Everyone thought he was just going to be a gun character like RoboCop, but no, he's up close with the knife and stuff.
He didn't use his gun in the gameplay trailer, besides the finisher and like one like parry move or whatever.
Yeah, it's really not that bad.
Are you able to like rip the Joker in half in Mortal Kombat? Because I know he's in there.
Yeah,
Are you able to do like those brutal like their fatalities on him?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You rip out his balls and you shove them up his arse.
Yeah.
Piss on his mouth.
Brad needs to start writing fatalities. Speaking of Mortal Kombat, I do want to do a Mortal Kombat adaptation one day. Mortal Kombat has been a passion franchise of mine for a while now.
I'm excited to see how the movie turns out.
Me too. I've heard a lot of bad and good things. I've heard the costumes and the cinematography is amazing. But I've heard some really
I
bad
just
things
fear
about the
the
character
actors.
choices.
Because they got the one dude off Supergirl. I'm like, come on, dog. That's the best you could do.
I literally caught him with the CGI blue slip. He posts the selfie, right? I comment about the arm sleeve. He deletes my comment after replying to it. Like I can already tell. Yeah, Jax is gonna lose his arms in this movie.
Oh my god.
And apparently, so Johnny Cage isn't in the movie, which I'm fine with. I would rather Mortal Kombat focus on Liu Kang
Yeah.
than Johnny Cage. But apparently, they're replacing him with an original character called Colt Turner, who's a boxer. That's according to... Oh, also, the guy who's writing Mortal Kombat 2021 is writing Saints Row, the new movie. So if Mortal Kombat's bad, we just don't go watch Saints Row. Yeah, but apparently he's just gonna kill off all of our favorite characters.
They need to let NetherRealm write a movie.
They
You
did.
better not kill off
Aftermath
Johnny
was
Cage.
fucking amazing. Like, I know a lot of people don't like the DLC, but I really liked it.
So Xavier, what do you play in the band there? Do you sing or?
I'm doing the lyric or vocals, but I'm also interested in picking up rhythm guitar.
Okay. Okay, cool. Yeah,
If you don't need a trombone player, I got you, dog.
Oh, for sure.
I played the.
I kind of want to do a ballad.
I've written a few ballads.
I think it'd be pretty interesting.
What was this one ballad I have? Let me look at my song list for my album.
I can play trombone and guitar, so either one of those, I got you.
Yeah, I've also been writing a Batman on the side. Like, how we're writing our Marvel reboot, we've also been working on something through DC.
Mm-hmm.
It's like it's like what I would want a DCEU to be.
Yeah.
I call it Earth Black because it would be in Earth Black. It wouldn't connect to a multiverse. It would have its own own multiverse. Like, I want to do a crisis film for it. I would connect it. Like, if I got to do a crisis film, it would be a multiverse. What's going on?
Who wants some breaking news as of right now?
Go for it.
Right after
Breaking
that,
news.
I got another leak.
HBO Max's Titans are reportedly looking for an African American actor to play Tim Drake in season 3.
I heard that they were looking for an Asian actor.
Well, apparently he's black now.
Breaking
Ew.
news, and this Riddler's talking about other Battinson news accounts aren't accurate Battinson. I can't believe they're doing that, if that's true.
I give up on Titans.
I don't give up on it because it's fun to watch. No matter how bad the writing can be, I watched it at school. That's how I would get through. I'd just sit down, open my laptop, go to DCU, and watch Titans.
I mean, you gave it to me for free, so that's the only reason I watched it.
Yeah, exactly. Like, that news account saved me during lunch.
I think I watched like 5 DC animated movies because I was just bored
Same.
in school.
Flashpoint was really good.
I love that
You know
movie.
what's convenient? Right whenever lunch starts for me is when the episode drops. So every Friday, I can just literally enjoy Titan. You know what sucks is whenever Vista monitors your laptop and they see Joshua Orton's ass on your screen. I got called up to the office and I was trying to explain that I was watching a TV show. They show his ass once episode.
That's great.
That was fun.
You guys want to hear this leak? I
Go
got
for it.
I don't want to reveal too much. I've already revealed quite a lot, but I got one more thing. In the album Forbidden Freedom, I got a song called "Only the Stranger's Hunger." It's a song about fetishes.
Oh, that's perfect.
Yeah, that's another crucial part.
Toe gang.
It's about revealing the fetish to the lady and explaining why it's not so bad. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Cake farts.
Lips.
I really wonder what this podcast is going to get rated on YouTube. Okay, what are
what
the
does
bets
this
if we get
podcast
age
get?
restricted? Oh, we're going to post it on YouTube.
Okay. Does it get?
Yeah.
How many views do you guys get?
This is our first episode, actually.
Really? I
No.
thought you always had a.
We were supposed to do it
Shit.
last week with
Oh.
Larry the Negative Guy, but
I happened to join at the exact right
you
time.
absolutely joined at the perfect
I
time.
joined
Gavin was
just-
supposed to be here, but he got a new phone and his Wi-Fi stuff isn't working.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh shit. I joined just last night. I
Yep,
think.
just last night. Like pretty late at night too. I was about to go to bed.
Yeah, I was about to go to bed too, and then I talked to Logan about it, and I ended up staying 4 hours more, and then
Yeah,
I went to school today with 3 hours of sleep.
Now, here, I want to run a Green Goblin scene idea by you guys. Here's a little leak from my Spider-Man movie. So, with the glider, and the line twirls around the glider, and it sends an electric shot throughout him and the glider. So it loses power, and he free falls down to a rooftop, and Spider-Man loses track of him. I think that'd be pretty interesting to show like an evolving Green Goblin.
Yeah, actually.
Because I want to eventually have Norman Osborn grow into the biological Green Goblin, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, like the mutated one from like Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
The ultimate.
Well, biological Green Goblin is when he's actually like turns into the Goblin.
Yeah.
Like, he actually looks like I want to start out with a suit
That'd be
and
cool.
have him eventually become the Goblin.
That'd be cool.
I'm still pissed that Logan put Brad Grucci instead of Grucci host.
Yeah. For sure. Commented the Groosh.
Yeah, I saw that. Exclamation mark.
Screw it. I'm gonna do one more leak from ITC stuff. I'm going to leak. Okay, do we want Batman 1, 2, or 3 leaks?
1.
Okay, let's go for Batman 1. The Dark Knight. Okay, 11 years after the murder of his parents, Bruce Wayne returns to Gotham City to fulfill his duties as a Wayne. In Batman, after the board of directors threatened to overthrow the company and do business with mob family. Along the way, Bruce deals with the GCPD and the press until Professor Pig escapes from Arkham Asylum. Professor Pig would be a good starting villain for Batman. Because it's somewhat like Riddler.
Yeah.
In the way that you've got to figure out who these people were, how they correlated, and you just got to realize that it's from everywhere.
I
Like, I
want,
really like how Arkham Knight took on Professor Pig.
yeah. I want Professor Pig to be the season 1 main villain for the Matt Reeves Gotham Police Department show.
Yeah, that'd be pretty good.
I think that'd work really well. Or Victor Zsasz, I don't know.
Matt Reeves writing Professor Pig in his dark Gotham City, sign me the hell up.
Matt Reeves writing anything for the Batman side. Yeah.
Yeah. So what do we think about Matt Reeves having a universe outside of Batman? Because you see Superman and Wonder Woman and stuff like that. His set photos.
I think it'd work, but I don't think he should direct all of the movies.
Yeah.
It's like
I feel like
Superman and
he'd do good
Batman
with
need to have diversity, you know?
I think he'd do good with Superman.
I think he would do. Like, when it comes to like Wonder Woman or like The Flash, you know?
Yeah.
You need to have someone branch out.
I want a Batman versus Superman movie with Matt Reeves.
A good one.
A good one. Absolutely.
One that isn't dependent on their mother's names.
Yeah. Honestly, like, a favorite part of mine from Batman vs. Superman would be the Martha scene if he didn't kill. The killing
would
is
actually work.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like, does he just realize killing's wrong like halfway through the fight?
Yeah,
And then he goes right back to killing.
Yeah, if he didn't kill, then this would be taking his first life, and then like this whole article is about, but then he's like, this is basically exactly what happened to me. So then he makes sense.
Yeah.
But not Matt Reeves. Zack Snyder said, nah, Batman shoot people like dog.
Literally killed them with tank rounds.
Yeah. And then Zack Snyder said, oh, that's just collateral damage. No, it's not.
It's murder.
He blew
I want to
up
see a
people.
Batman Beyond show with Tim Drake as Batman and Damian Wayne as Robin.
And bring back Michael Keaton as Batman.
Yes.
The best Batman.
I know this is controversial, controversial, but I really, really think that Tom Holland would be a good Tim Drake.
Yeah.
I think that if he was given the right material and the proper director, he could be a good Tim Drake. Like, I don't think he would always do that high-pitched voice like people would stereotype him. As. That's not necessarily his acting like people think.
I think
think
it'd be
that,
good.
yeah, I feel like he could grow into the Batman Beyond.
Marvel
role.
would never let that happen, though.
I mean, once they kill him off and he's Miles Morales, and it's so they want to do 3 Spider-Man trilogies, right?
Something like
Apparently
that, probably.
Yeah, I've heard that they want to do 3 Spider-Man trilogies and introduce Miles Morales after Peter died.
That's a lot of Spider-Man.
It is. It's 9 Spider-Man movies.
Holy shit. The
It's
Spider-Man cinematic universe.
pretty much. I mean, so I think that they should have started off with Andrew Garfield as Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I think Miles Morales would work really well in the Garfield universe.
I think he'd work well as Raimi's new Spider-Man, honestly.
Miles?
That Spider-Man's already
Yeah.
old. Tobey Maguire. So if they put Miles in there and then had a movie where Peter trains Miles, I'd watch that.
Yeah, for sure. I've never been a big Raimi fan because they're a little too cheesy for my tastes.
Yeah. That's why I've always liked the Andrew Garfield movies, because they're the most realistic how Spider-Man
The
would work.
CGI is beautiful.
Yeah.
The weird neon look when he's flipping through Times Square fighting Electro, I like that a lot.
Yeah, the movies are beautiful, whether they're shit or not. Or the second one is shit, but I love the first one.
I actually kind of enjoyed the second one more. I really enjoyed Dane DeHaan as not Electro, but Green Goblin. Yeah, I thought it was interesting that Norman Osborn was never the Green Goblin.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Harry struggling with it.
I just don't think the writing was there.
Yeah, it was definitely lacking compared to the first one. But you add in that Richard Parker deleted scene at the cemetery, and that changes the movie entirely, in my opinion.
I'll agree to that.
I feel like the web cut should be a thing. The web cut should be a thing.
I'd much rather see that than anything Snyder's ever made.
Yeah. I don't think Snyder's cut could redeem the movie, but I think the web cut could redeem Amazing Spider-Man too.
The thing is, Snyder's cut could be shit. I think it will be, but it could be shit.
Good, could be bad.
And it could, and the Snyder fans won't care. It could be the worst movie they've ever seen in their lives, and be like, that was amazing. Just so they'll be right.
I mean, at least they got it, though. It shows that WB somewhat cares.
Yeah.
Actually, maybe they just realized that they want the money.
I think they just wanted Zack Snyder to shut the fuck up.
Probably.
Because his fans were on their ass for 4 years.
Yeah.
Damn.
I mean, they had no problem releasing the Batman vs Superman director's cut.
Yeah.
But what about the Snyder cut? What was wrong with that?
I think his Batman v Superman was trash either cut.
Yeah. I gotta say the Ultimate Edition definitely made it a little bit more tolerable.
I refuse to watch it. I watched Batman v Superman once in theaters with my dad, and he
I
was like,
only
"That's the
watched
worst
it
movie I've
because it
ever
was
seen in my
before
life."
Deadpool. Like I went to go see Deadpool, right?
Yeah,
And the only reason I saw Batman versus Superman is because it played conveniently before Deadpool.
Deadpool's
So I
fire.
went to go see it at a drive-in. Yeah, Deadpool is really good.
I'm excited for Deadpool 3.
I'm on the edge about it because it's Disney. I know it's still gonna be rated R, but I'm a little concerned.
I think Disney's gonna go full force and just be like, "Okay, let's just have him do whatever he
We need a
wants."
Spider-Man Deadpool movie. Have you ever seen Ultimate Spider-Man, the
Yeah,
cartoon? I like how they made Deadpool PG-13, but he still made adult jokes.
yeah. My idea was you could do that. You just have so like basically he says like his curse words, but he says bleep instead of saying like shit or fuck. So
Yeah, that would work
he
for
like
Deadpool
he plays
entirely.
off the joke, yes. So he's like, "This is bleeping, bleep," and Spider-Man just looks at him like, "What the hell are you doing?" And then when you go into Deadpool
I like
3,
how they
he's
always cut
going
off,
off.
like every Spider-Man movie is just cut off with what the
Yeah.
Like I gotta say, Harry Osborn is probably my favorite part about that movie. I like the dynamic with him and Peter.
I just wish he would have been in the first movie because then they could have built on that relationship more.
Yeah, for sure. It would have been good if they introduced Norman too.
Yeah.
It's like show him dying, show Peter caring, and then when he dies, he tries to console Harry.
Yeah.
I think
That'd
it
work
would have
a
been
lot better.
better if Electro was in Spider-Man 3 and Green Goblin was the villain of Spider-Man 2.
I
I think they
wish
should
we
have
would have
built
got
up
a
Green Goblin
Spider-Man
more.
3.
Yeah, maybe a Green Goblin trilogy build up. Oh, have you guys seen the Prowler suit for Spider-Man Miles Morales?
God.
Yeah, it looks amazing.
Yeah, it looks a lot better than the Tinkerer.
I
The
think
Prowler
the
should
Tinker
be
looks
his
good.
villain
It will be.
over. Yeah,
Oh,
I
okay,
mean
wait.
like more of a main villain over the Tinkerer. Oh, my phone's on 1%. I'm gonna have to go. Shit.
Oh, okay.
All right, see you guys.
Peace out.
See ya.
Oh, well, I guess the podcast's over for the week.
I suppose.
All right. Well, thank you everybody for coming to listen to Paracast for this week. Next week we'll be back on Tuesday once again, and we might have a new special guest. But yes, thank you guys for watching, and we're excited to keep going on this journey. So, thank you, Nexus, for coming in and talking to us. It was fun.
Thank you for having me. It was a lot of
No
fun.
problem. I agree. And thank you, Brad, for showing up, even though you're supposed to be napping.
I didn't feel like I had to, but I didn't feel like I was like I don't want to nap.
Yeah. All right. Thank you for coming and watching, and have a nice week. Peace out, guys.